Bliss, everyone. Welcome to another weekly reading here on my channel. I am Rissa Vibes, aka Readings by Rissa. I'm so excited to connect with you as always. I'm going to give just a couple of moments for everyone to join who are joining live. Thank you so much if you are joining live. I appreciate your support and love and your energy to support this reading as well as we gather here for this collective of light and love and finding out what the energy has in store for us over the next week. I'm going to turn down my music just a little bit because it is kind of loud. Right now we're listening to 432 hertz deep healing music for the body and soul, DNA repair, relaxation music, and meditation music. I love listening to solfeggio tones because they really give us a sense of frequency when we're really trying to intend for a certain energy. They allow us to naturally vibrate at that frequency when we listen to them, and we can have them at a low hum, and it really works subconsciously to get us into alignment if we're having difficulty with flow or if we're just intending for a specific flow of energy to come through. Hey, Shannon. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm seeing some of you joining. Thank you so much. All right, so I have my notes here for the week and the energy and astrology and numerology for the week, all of those lovely notes. So I'll be going over that. I also just did a full moon reading last night live on Instagram. So if you didn't see that yet, it is posted here on my channel on YouTube as well. It's the most recent post, and it says full moon in Cancer and the date, yesterday's date. 12/22. So definitely check that reading out. Really cool synchronicities with that reading last night. A lot of great energy came through and a lot of great messages came through for that reading. And a lot of revisiting some of the messages we had from last week came through, specifically the beginnings card. Last week we pulled the beginnings card for this weekend, for where we're at right now over this weekend. And then last night when I pulled cards for the full moon and the winter solstice, we also got the beginnings card as the last card to kind of validate and signify that yes, we are moving fully into new beginnings, we are on the right track, and everything is coming full circle, everything is connected, and we're all in alignment here. So it feels really good to get that validation as a collective, and I know that we're all experiencing a lot of the shifts of energy with the full moon and the winter solstice, the holidays coming up, and everything, just the new year kind of resolving, or the year resolving and moving into the new year. So a lot of energies that we're dealing with, and it's really good to stay mindful of how we're dealing with those energy shifts and what we're doing to keep ourselves in alignment. So solfeggio tones can be a great way to do that, and meditation, journaling, and just being mindful of certain things that the energy is telling us about for the time that we're in. So I'm really hoping that you check that reading out and also pay attention to last week's reading if you didn't get a chance to watch that, because that might help you with whatever you might have been feeling last week as well, moving into that shift. All right, so if this is your first time joining me for a weekly reading, welcome. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Rissa Vibes, aka Readings by Rissa. In this reading, I will be going over astrology influences for the week, numerology influences for the week, and also intuitive influences for the week, messages that I pick up intuitively from spirit about this week's energy. And then I'll also be pulling cards at the end of this reading to summarize and to kind of forecast what that energy will be most symbolic of and most present for the week as well. So I'm super excited to start. Let's go ahead and get into it, and here we go. Oh, I also want to say that I'll also be doing a weekly reading next week, same time next week, Sunday at about 1:11 p.m. Central Time. But next week after that, on actual New Year's Day, I'll be doing a full yearly kind of forecast for, I'll be pulling probably a card for each month. I don't know exactly how my guides are going to have me do it, but they're pretty excited about giving us some energy forecasts for the entire year when the new year hits. So be looking forward to that as well. All right, let's get into it. So for 12/23, 12/30, that is this week, the astrology, I want to go over some of the planetary influences for this week. Now, the main energy that we're feeling for astrology influences is coming through with discerning truth from lies, and also seeing some unexpected insights and light shown onto unexpected insights and perceptions. So we are going to maybe have some unexpected changes or just some unknown aspects of our life that might show light in certain areas, and we might get more awareness on, but that's not anything to be concerned with. It's going to reveal truth for us, and it's going to also help us in really navigating the end of the year and making sure that we get into alignment with every aspect of our life moving into the new year. It's going to be highlighting some things that we want to observe about our life and things that we want to make sure we take deliberate manifesting action in for the new year as well. Specifically, we're having a Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus influences primarily all this week. Mercury and Uranus are going hand in hand in the beginning of the week, dancing together in their energy. So communication and really and really kind of shining light on anything that is needing to be expressed, showing any delusion or revealing any delusion in our thoughts or our circumstance, and also communicating that efficiently with our truth. And then Neptune is also towards the middle of the week, kind of revealing more deception and anything that we're not really being completely honest with ourselves or with others on. So that's going to be a big influence as well towards the middle and end of the week. So essentially, that's really all the astrology for this week. There's not a ton going on. We just got out of that winter solstice, which actually the winter solstice signifies that the sun is standing still. And that's what solstice means, is the sun is standing still. So moving into the symbolism of 12/25, Christmas Day, which is Tuesday, is literally the day that the sun stops standing still. 12/25 is the day that the sun stops standing still, which is essentially the end of the solstice stillness. And that is why so many ancient civilizations, religions, and so many different cultures celebrate 12/25 as the day the sun is born, S-U-N, because it's when the sun starts moving again after the stillness of winter solstice. So it takes a couple of days for the sun to start moving again, or really showing itself as it's moving more physically. And so it signifies a new beginning. It signifies an ability to see clearly what we're bringing in for the new year, and reflecting on the past year, 2018, specifically for our year, in what we've done and what we've accomplished, so that we can move fully into the new year, just as that sun moves fully into the new year once that Christmas Day begins. So the winter solstice is the stillness, the reflection, and then the Christmas Day is the beautiful harmony of reflection and the excitement and ambition and rebirth into moving into the new year. So it's really cool, that symbolism with astrology, the solstice, and some cultural and ancient civilization and religious background kind of all coming together, because I like to really see all of the similarities in religions and cultures and ancient civilizations instead of all the differences. That's a big part of what I appreciate in learning all of these things. So when I see similarities and I see why people from all over the world are kind of celebrating the same kind of traditions, it's so beautiful and eye-opening, because it reminds us that we are all connected and that we all have a telepathic and energetic connection that's leading us into similar celebrations and similar transformations and energetic shifts that we're all connected to. So that is so, so cool to me. All right, being still and being present during Christmas Day and moving into Christmas Day is key. Recharging for the new year, that's really what this solstice energy is about, from yesterday and the day before. So Friday was the solstice, then last night was the full moon, so they kind of merged into each other, and now we're still using that solstice energy of stillness and reflection moving into Tuesday, Christmas Day, when the sun starts moving again, and that's going to help recharge us for the new year. Remember, the sun is a recharging force, so it gives us our energy, it gives us fuel. So when the sun starts moving again, we start to feel that recharge. So that's a big thing to understand, because when you can feel into maybe why you might feel lethargic right now, or why you might be feeling like you need to be really still, or needing to sleep a lot, or you just don't see anything moving a lot in your experience, then this can help validate you in knowing that it is that time to be still and to be present and to be rested, because the recharge will happen towards the middle of this week when we're really starting to feel the fuel and the recharge of the sun. So take this time to reflect and question your perceptions, beliefs, and values, and be sure that you're being honest with yourself and others. Like we talked about, that Neptune, Uranus, and Mercury influence of the planets are really coming into play here, and it's making us really check ourselves in a lot of ways. All the things that we've learned this year, all the things that we've really allowed ourselves to be ambitious about and have goals towards and try to achieve, all of those things, we want to make sure that we actually are still in alignment with those intentions, that we're still making the moves and taking the time to deliberately create those things in our life, and to make sure we're staying honest with ourselves if we've strayed off path, and get on path before the new year, because that's going to be really important for us to be in alignment for the new year and move forward with that alignment, so that we don't feel any kind of discrepancy in our flow because of our lack of being able to stay on track before this new year push. All right, so that's essentially the astrology influence. Now, numerology, really quick, the 12, we talked about this a lot. We talked about this also last night in the full moon reading, so definitely check that out. I talk about the 12 in that, and then I also talked about it last week as well, and I think even the week before. So 12 has been really strong. So if you've seen any of my readings this month, you've known some of the symbolism of 12. So we are in that 12th month, and 12 for this week is really honing in that Christ consciousness energy. The Christmas day is all about Christ consciousness. It's all about the sun moving forward, and the sun energy is to be taken in as energy that fuels us, that gives us that divine light that allows us to feel charged and ready to access more source energy for our divine purpose. And essentially that is what Jesus Christ did, is he was able to channel that source energy of Christ's light, of the sun, of source, of God, of the universe, whatever you want to call your higher power. It's all the same to me. We're all one, and we're all a part of the creator spirit. And when he channeled that energy, he was able to do things that no human has ever been able to do. He could walk on water. He could heal with his hands. He could say things and make them happen. And that manifestation, that creator spirit, that mastering of that channeling ability is the Christ consciousness in human form. It is the example that we all have to aspire towards, to be able to be so pure in love and light, so completely in harmony with source energy, that we're able to channel it in that way. And so Christ consciousness is really what this week is about, and allowing ourselves to believe in our abilities, especially from this year 2018, which is an 11 year, 2018, which is 11. Being that 11 year is our heightened spiritual awareness activation. So we are able to channel more of source light now this year than we ever have before. So Christ consciousness this year is something to be even more celebrated, and to really value and aspire towards and understand more about. So I encourage you to learn more about the spiritual significance of this day of 12/25. And also just more about Christ consciousness itself and how we're all connected in that way. There's things about the halos and the auras that are seen behind Jesus Christ and other prophets and saints that is known to, or is said to be a sun energy, them channeling the sun's energy and channeling the energy of source. So there's a lot of things about the halo that people don't understand and don't know about energetically. A lot of fun information. So definitely research that. All right, 25, the day 25, that number is also significant numerology from a numerological standpoint, and it signifies wisdom and curiosity to communicate to others. And so I thought that was really cool, because 12 being the Christ consciousness, and then 25 being a symbolism of wisdom and curiosity to communicate to others. You think about Jesus Christ, that's what he did. He had that Christ consciousness, and then he shared it with the world. He used his wisdom and his curiosity to understand more about people and the people in his experience, to explain and communicate the energy that he was channeling to others. So super, super cool significance there. And of course, the 2018 2018 with the 11, heightened spiritual awareness activation, just allowing us to really complete that cycle, with this 12 also being a number for completion and rebirth. So it all comes full circle, and it's all connected with the numerology as well, which I think is just so beautiful to be validated in so many ways that in that essence. All right, a couple of crystals before I get into cards. Crystals to reduce delusion and help the purge. So I talked about this last night a little bit. We are going through that final purge with the winter solstice and the full moon energy. We're finally releasing all of the energy from whatever we haven't released fully this year, all of the residue, that little bit of energy that just needs to get fully released so we can open up to the fullness of our being for 2019. And so some crystals to help with that. I talked about this last night. Selenite, really, really great. It is a super clearing, cleansing crystal. It is very fragile, so make sure you don't break it or drop it or put it in water. It's very, it like dissolves in water, so don't put it in water. But selenite is really, really great. You can put it with your crystals. If you have crystals, you can put it with your cards if you want, and you can just meditate with it. Another one that I didn't talk about last night is hematite. This is really cool stone. It's metallic, it's silvery black metallic, and it's so cool. It's heavy. It is a metal, more of a metal stone, and it is really helpful in creating a barrier between you and any negative energy that's trying to get in your way, any delusion, like we talked about with the astrology influence, anything that's trying to get in your way that way and affect your perceptions or try to confuse you or knock you off your path. Hematite is really great for that. It's also a protector stone and a clearing stone. So it will help release any negative energy, help you purge that final bit of residue energy or trauma or pain that you don't want to have anymore, that you're moving out of for the new year. And so that's a great stone. Oh, and then the last one I want to say is really, really strong for this week specifically is obsidian. This is an obsidian arrowhead. It's really, really cool. I'll see if I can get you guys a closer look. And you can even like almost see into that surface of it, the face of it, which is really pretty. And so anything with a point like this is going to activate more energy and amplify the energy of the crystal's purpose. And obsidian is all about releasing negative energy, releasing any toxic energy, purging any energy out of your aura, out of your being, and also protecting you from additional energy trying to block you. So this is really great. And because it's a point, it's an arrowhead, and it really sets the intention, and it has those 3 points, which is really powerful, the number 3, right? Really, really strong for repelling any negative energy and creating a barrier between you and any delusion or anything that does not resonate or serve you. So a obsidian arrowhead or just an obsidian stone will work as well. And then last night I also talked about smoky quartz. It also does a lot of clearing. So that's a good one as well. Okay, so those are some crystals. I know you all love the crystal stuff, so I want to make sure I always try to give you some of those if I don't forget, hopefully. All right, so just a quick review. If you haven't seen last night's reading of the full moon and winter solstice, the cards were courage, trust, and beginnings. And so I thought that was really cool because beginnings came up again last week's reading, last weekly reading. The beginnings card came up for the weekend, and then we just got it again last night for the end of the week as well. So we got that beginnings. We're feeling that strong pull towards the beginnings of the new year, and we're excited for that energy. So just continue to allow yourself to know that we are still right now, we are in that solstice energy still, but we are moving towards new beginnings. So even though you might be still or a little bit impatient in that kind of that stillness or quietness of this energy, just allow yourself to sit in it and be patient, because you're going to have a lot of energy coming through for the new year to propel you forward. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some cards. Let's channel in a little bit of energy here as a collective so that we all feel together in this web of light. Let's go ahead and close our eyes real quick just to focus, and let's take a nice deep inhale together. And exhale, relax. Inhale. And exhale to relax. Next inhale, biggest one yet, opening up to all the spirit messages for this week, 12:23 to 12:30. And a big exhale to relax. All right, well, I also got the message in that quick meditation to really pay attention to trusting your intuition. Remember, we've done so much work this year in our spiritual awareness and our intuitive activation. We've really deliberately created a connection with our spirit guides and higher self that we never have before. So allow yourself to really trust your own intuition. If you're feeling odd around someone, or you're feeling like a certain situation you're in just doesn't feel right or doesn't feel resonant, allow yourself to disconnect and move away from it so you can observe more about that situation and really see if your intuition is giving you some serious red flags and giving you some serious warnings about what you need to do to protect yourself from any energy that just isn't really resonating with you. So trust, and believe in your ability to connect to your intuition, and don't doubt it. Don't doubt your intuition. You've done so much work to not doubt your intuition, so don't start now. Don't allow yourself to move backwards into old ways of not trusting your own inner voice and not trusting your truth. Have the courage to do that, okay? All right, let's pull some cards. I'm going to see what ones we're going to be pulling here for the beginning of the week. It's between these guys. Okay, these guys are feeling stronger. Okay, so for the beginning of the week, and if you all have any questions or any energy that you want to understand more about, go ahead and send that to the cards now as we pull a card for the beginning of the week. I see this one, it won't leave my mind, so I think that's the one. All right, wonderful. That's the beginning of the week, so now till probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm actually getting called to do this one for the middle of the week, the essence of the week, the theme of the week. So sending our energy here and asking the guides to bring forth understanding for the middle of the week of 12:23 to 12:30. Oh, they're getting active. There's a lot of energy here, you all. Oh, I see one in the bottom coming through. Let's see if it reveals itself fully. This guy. Okay, so we'll use that one for the middle of the week. All right. They're having me pull one from each deck almost. So let's see what they're getting here for the next cards. All right, we got some Goddess Isis energy coming through for the end of the week. There she is. Okay. And I think that's it. Just want to make sure there's no energy coming from... Okay, I'm going to pull this one too because it's heating my hand up, so it's asking for a pull. So we're going to get 4 cards this week. How exciting. Okay, so everyone, allow us to get a nice summary card or whatever this energy is that they wanted us to pull. It's potent, so whatever this, oh, there it is. Whatever this is bringing us, maybe an overall theme for the week. All right, let's get into it. We've got 1 card from each deck. This is so exciting. Okay, so for the beginning of the week, music. What a beautiful card to have for the beginning of the week. Music is all about vibration. It's all about energy and giving forth the energy to create. It's all about allowing yourself to give into the vibration that surrounds us, give into the energy that feels resonant to us based on what our current mood is. It allows us to be present as well. Music is so activating for the spirit because it is a vibration, and we are vibrating as well. And our moods and the ways in which we interact with our external experience and internal experience dictates our vibration. So we can easily put ourselves into alignment no matter where we are on the spectrum with music. It can be with energy tones, solfeggio tones like we're listening to here, the 432 hertz, 528. There's several other ones, 741 hertz. All of those are really good for the brain and for the natural vibration of our body and of our energy. And the binaural beats are really great for that as well. But we can also just listen to music that activates us spiritually, or that makes us feel good or happy, or that helps us feel more powerful in our ability to create our intentions and our manifestations for the new year. So allow yourself to listen to positive music, to listen to inspiring music, ambitious music, music that promotes a positive influence and a positive message, and allow yourself to really use music as a tool to get you into alignment when you're feeling that need to feel something different. Especially when we're feeling that stillness right now towards the beginning of the week, music can really help us stay distracted from stillness or boredom, and can allow us to feel good and not slip into negative thoughts if we tend to do that when we get bored. Because I know sometimes I do that too. I just kind of start thinking critically about things if I don't have something like music to distract me in those moments of stillness. So allow yourself to use that. I make music as well, if you didn't know. So you can look up my music. It's all high vibrational, higher consciousness, awareness music. And so it is on my YouTube channel. It's under a playlist, music videos, Rissa Vibes music videos. And also my entire album is, I think, on a playlist on YouTube here as well. Rissa Vibes Spirit Junkie, and it's all on all streaming services, Spotify, Tidal, Apple, iTunes, all that. So if you're interested in some new music that is conscious and high vibrational, check that out. All right, so music is our first card for the beginning of the week. All right, the next card, this is towards the middle of the week, and it is Zafkiel. I'm still learning all these archangel names that are so cool. All right, so Archangel Zafkiel, and it is all about compassion. Compassion is really strong. It's an energy that we use to relate to others, to understand others' perspectives, and to remember that we are one, and that everyone in our experience is a mirror for us, and that they are us. They are connected to us, and we are connected to them. So treat others as you want to be treated, and allow yourself to really feel into compassion for others. Anyone who treats you poorly, or who lashes out at you, or who criticizes you, or judges you, or doubts you, it's all coming from a place of pain. They are in pain. And so when you think about it from that perspective, and you think about when you feel insecure and when you feel pain from insecurities and self-doubt and self-deprecation, that's what they're feeling when they're lashing out at you. That's what they're feeling in their heart. And so by seeing that and knowing that the things that they do is simply based off of their pain, their unresolved pain, then you feel that essence of compassion because you know where they're coming from. You know at least that feeling. You can relate to it. You resonate with it. And you have probably done more work than they have to release your pain, to heal and overcome from your pain, and to release that victim mentality that keeps you tied and tethered to your pain. So with your compassion and realization of that awareness, that higher awareness that you've achieved, you can give them a sense of love and understanding, and maybe even guidance to help them release that pain and to move more into compassion themselves. So this is going to be a big part of the holidays, celebrations that we have that I'm feeling, just some interactions with family and friends that we might be feeling any of those unexpected changes as well, or those senses of people not being honest with us, or that need to release any delusion or delusional perspectives from others. Just have compassion. Have compassion with everyone. Oops, I dropped a card. But have compassion, and allow compassion to be your main energy that you focus in towards the middle and kind of beginning of the week, end of the beginning of the week. I have to get this card. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Towards the end of the week, our goddess Isis energy came forth. This is a really beautiful card here with the Ankh, the symbol of eternal life, and her wings, really beautiful here. And this is so beautiful. The message says, key of life. Let me read it to you. It says, the Ankh portends new life being born through you now. This new life being born in whatever form will enrich your life, bringing you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction, and you have spiritual support from the unseen worlds. Let it happen. This is all about being present, allowing yourself to stay in the present moment and just trust that everything is happening. Everything that you have manifested or that you desire is happening. And there's so many people that are rooting for you in our physical experience, people that support you in this life. And then there's a ton of spirit energy from the spirit world that is also supporting all of the things that you're manifesting, all of the new beginnings that you're bringing forth, all of the new energy that you're creating. And so when you trust in that and you allow for yourself to relax into that understanding, you really feel that sense of flowing in the right direction. You feel that sense of harmonic energy flow, and the stillness that we might feel, or the energy that we might feel in reflection of this year, feels even more beautiful, because we're able to really reap all the benefits of it by staying present and not holding ourselves in control of our destiny as much, by simply just letting go and knowing that we've already manifested what we desire through that intention, and we've already moved forward in believing that. So all we have to do now is let it happen, like it says here. Just let it happen. Allow it all to come to you. Manifestation is about allowing it to come to you. You set the intention, you ask, and then the universe receives, and you just wait for it to come. And you follow the inspiration in the meantime that can bring you closer to that. But you don't want to control or force or move things on your own. You want to just let it all happen. So that's what this card is about, okay? So music, compassion, let it all happen, allow it. Now the last card, this really cool bonus card that they gave us, let's see what it says. Equanimity. This card is huge. This is a really, really important card. This blue sapphire here pictured in the card is really significant. It is symbolic of the priestess energy, the energy of activating fully our spiritual awareness, being initiated into divine higher frequency, to be able to feel even more connected to spirit than we ever have before, and feeling a divine balance in that, feeling as all of the energy that we feel within us is connected to all that we have and feel with outside of us. That interconnectedness, that multi-dimensional connection, that just completely, it's indescribable. The most full connected energy we can feel, and the intuition that comes with that. That's what this card is about. And there's also a ton of crystals on here and some glaciers and clouds. And I think there's just so much blue and beauty in this card. And it's about expression too. That blue is signifying our expression through the throat chakra. We've been initiated into that balance, into that understanding of our intuition, into that higher spiritual awareness. And because of that, we now can communicate that to others. We are able to communicate our gift to others. We're able to have the courage to trust our voice, trust our intuition, and stand sturdy in it with believing it and having faith in its continual guidance of us. So feeling into that card, super strong there. All right, y'all. Music. Listen to music. Make you happy. Allow yourself to feel really strong, that vibration of music, and deliberately use music as a tool to keep you in alignment during any stillness. Center yourself in compassion of the heart for others and yourself. Remember that anyone that tries to lash out at you is actually in pain, and you are able to give them more compassion by knowing that and understanding what it feels to have pain and knowing that resonance, so you can give compassion in that way. Key of life, just allow for everything to happen. Know that you've already manifested your new beginnings, and therefore we are moving swiftly into them without any effort, with ease, and that the stillness that we're feeling until Christmas Day, moving with that sun energy, that stillness until then is really important for us to just recharge, relax, not hold ourselves critical for being still, and just be patient and allow everything else to happen behind the scenes. And equanimity, allowing ourselves to be full in our intuitive response, trusting completely, courageous in our expression of our intuition and our spiritual gifts, and fully balanced in all of the initiations that we have received this year. It has been a beautiful year. We have one more week to go for this year. I'll be back with another weekly reading next week, Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time. I can't wait to connect with you again there. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a very, very happy holidays. And I will see you next time. Peace.